The Bible is often remembered for its parables and psalms, but beneath the surface of its spiritual teachings lies a gritty, visceral history of espionage, betrayal, and divine judgment. These accounts don't shy away from the darker side of the human experience, presenting a series of tragic ends that have left witnesses and readers trembling for centuries. The assassin's message, King Eglon. For 18 years, the Israelites suffered under the heavy rule of King Eglon of Moab. Relief came in the form of Ehud, a man of exceptional cunning who carried a secret double-edged sword hidden on his right thigh. Claiming he bore a secret message from God, Ehud gained a private audience with the king. As Eglon rose from his throne, Ehud drove the blade so deep that the fat closed over the hilt, spilling the king's bowels onto the floor. Quietly, Ehud slipped away, locking the doors behind him, leaving the servants in stunned confusion. The price of self-deification. HerodAgrippa. Centuries later, HerodAgrippa, grandson of Herod the Great, continued a legacy of cruelty by persecuting the early church and executing the Apostle James. During a public spectacle, he appeared in silver robes that caught the sunlight like fire. When the crowd began proclaiming him as a god, Agrippa basked in their praise. In that instant, an angel of the Lord struck him down. He was consumed from the inside out by worms, dying in agonizing pain. Moral collapse. The Levite's concubine and Sodom. The moral order of ancient Israel sometimes collapsed entirely. A Levite's concubine was betrayed by her husband, who left her outside to a violent mob in Gibeah. After brutal abuse, she collapsed and died. To call the 12 tribes to arms and avenge this evil, the Levite dismembered her body into 12 pieces, a shocking act that ignited civil war. Similarly, Sodom's corruption was so extreme that even God's messengers were threatened. Lot's wife, overcome by curiosity, looked back at the burning city and was instantly turned into a pillar of salt, a stark warning against looking back at condemned sin. Irony in death. Absalom and Abimelech. Pride often dictated the fate of Israel's leaders. Absalom, King David's rebellious son, was famed for his flowing hair. During a battle in the forest, his hair became tangled in an oak tree, leaving him suspended. Despite David's orders to spare him, General Joab drove 3 spears into his heart. Abimelech, who slaughtered 70 of his brothers to claim the throne, was eventually killed during a siege when a woman dropped a millstone on his head. To avoid humiliation, he had his armor-bearer finish him, but poetic justice was complete. Judgment and grace, from bears to bronze serpents. Divine judgment often came swiftly. When 42 youths mocked the prophet Elisha with cries of, "Go up, you bald head," 2 she-bears emerged from the woods and tore them apart. Later, venomous serpents were sent among complaining Israelites, yet this tragedy led to a miracle. A bronze serpent on a pole healed those who looked upon it in faith, a symbol of mercy born from punishment. The prophecy of the dogs. Ahab and Jezebel. King Ahab and Queen Jezebel exemplified corruption and its consequences. Elijah prophesied that dogs would lick Ahab's blood and devour Jezebel's flesh. The prophecy came true. Ahab bled out after battle, while Jezebel was thrown from a palace window by her servants. By the time they attempted to bury her, only her skull, hands, and feet remained. These stories are more than chronicles. They reflect the consequences of pride, the fragility of power, and the weight of moral choices. From the silence of the Levite's concubine to Herod Agrippa's glittering arrogance, divine justice often arrives in unexpected and visceral ways. They remind us that history is shaped by both the unexpected heroine, like Jael, and the gentle reminder of grace like Eutychus, who was restored after a fatal fall. Which of these accounts do you find the most haunting? From the tactical strike of Ehud to the miraculous recovery of Eutychus, the Bible is filled with intense, often forgotten moments. Subscribe or follow our channel to uncover the most gripping and tragic chapters of history.